I had chosen a secluded spot deep in the woods, miles away from the nearest town. The first day was perfect. I set up my tent, gathered firewood, and spent the afternoon hiking and exploring the area. As dusk fell, I sat by the campfire, feeling a sense of peace that I hadn't felt in a long time. The night sky was clear, and the stars twinkled brightly overhead. The only sounds were the crackling fire and the gentle rustling of leaves. It was idyllic. But as the night wore on, the atmosphere began to change. The forest, which had felt so welcoming during the day, now seemed to close in around me. The trees cast long, eerie shadows, and every sound seemed amplified. I tried to brush off the growing unease, telling myself it was just my imagination running wild. Around midnight, I heard it, a faint rustling sound, like someone or something moving through the underbrush. My heart started to race. I strained to listen, but the sound stopped as suddenly as it had begun. I shook my head, trying to calm my nerves. It's probably just an animal, I thought, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I decided to call it a night and retreated to my tent. As I zipped up the entrance, the feeling of being watched intensified. My tent felt like a flimsy barrier against the vast, dark forest. Every little noise made me jump. I lay there, wide awake, listening intently. The rustling started again, closer this time. My breath hitched as I tried to peer through the thin fabric of the tent. My flashlight beam revealed nothing but darkness. Then, I heard footsteps, slow, deliberate, and unmistakably human. My heart pounded in my chest. Who could be out here at this hour? I wondered, panic setting in. The footsteps circled my tent, stopping occasionally as if whoever it was examining my campsite. I could hear my own ragged breathing, and I was sure whoever was outside could hear it too. I was paralyzed with fear, clutching my flashlight like a lifeline. Suddenly, the footsteps stopped right outside the entrance of my tent. I held my breath, my heart hammering so loudly I thought it might burst. Then, a low, guttural voice whispered my name. How does it know my name? I thought frantically. The voice was raspy and filled with malice, sending waves of terror through me. I couldn't take it anymore. I unzipped the tent just enough to peek outside, my flashlight cutting through the darkness. There, standing just a few feet away, was a figure cloaked in shadow. Its eyes glowed with an unnatural light, and its face was twisted into a grotesque grin. I screamed, the sound echoing through the silent forest. The figure didn't move, but its grin widened, revealing sharp, jagged teeth. My mind raced. I had to get out of there. I grabbed my backpack and bolted from the tent, not caring where I was going, just needing to get away. I ran through the forest, branches scratching my face and tearing at my clothes. I could hear footsteps behind me, fast and relentless, but I didn't dare look back. I don't know how long I ran or how far I went, but eventually, I stumbled upon a ranger station. I banged on the door, screaming for help. A ranger opened the door, and I collapsed into his arms, trembling and sobbing. I told him everything, but when he and a few others went back to my campsite, there was no sign of the figure. My tent was torn to shreds, but nothing else was disturbed. That night changed me. I still love camping, but I never go alone anymore. The forest, once a place of solace and peace, now holds a lingering sense of dread for me. I learned that night that the wilderness can be as terrifying as it is beautiful, and the unknown can hold our worst nightmares. If you have your own creepy camping stories, we'd love to hear them. Share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling content. Stay safe, stay aware, and keep exploring.